Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. I didn't forget to do it this week, guys. Last week, we missed out on playing a diverse world. I think I went downstairs with like an hour left, got a drink, came back up, completely forgot why I went downstairs, completely forgot what the intention was. And just completely forgot to take care of a Diverse World Pro League, which means we're currently in 28th. Obviously, if we would have played last week, there's a chance we could have been close to top 25 over by where Topodic is. But we forgot, and so now we have to make up for it. So hopefully we're able to do well today. If you've seen any of the other videos, apparently things are just clicking today. I don't think we're going to win. I do think we can potentially get top 25. But we're going to have to do incredible. And we might have already used up all of our luck today. So don't be surprised if this ends up pretty shitty. This is like 30 out of 50. We are now 60% done. If you see when this league was created, it's literally been, what, 8 months? Oh, it's almost 9. Almost at the halfway mark. So, incredible how long ago this league has started. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a big fan of these year-long leagues. Because if you do miss one, you kind of get screwed. But we got to play it. It is going to be a diverse world. It is 5 minutes around, which is why pinpointing is incredible. So let's see what we can do. Niceland, 100%. 100% Niceland. Actually, no, it's Niceland. The only other option it could have really been was the Faroe Islands, and we don't have a roof rack. So we know for a fact it is going to be somewhere over here. Now we gotta find a town name, which is going to be the make or break moment. We should have plenty of time to then scour this country for anything. I don't know if Gardsvjolvidir is the name of the town. However, those should be. And we're in Bear just yeah, I can't even read that because it's fucking all over the place. It seems like it's rather flat and empty. We do have a nice building. I believe this is a grocery store, so we shouldn't have to worry about translating. We are going to head south because for some reason I always feel like heading south is the way to go. We do have water to our east, and we do have other land out there, so it's probably over here in that general vicinity, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be fine. Again, we kind of need perfect scores in order to do well. We might get lucky. Geoguessr. The town is called Geoguessr. Which, weird D, but Gardur, or Gardur, depending on how you pronounce it, should be something we could find. We do have to remember that there is water to our east, and that there's land to the east of the water. So anywhere that could be a thing. We do have to check Gardur. Obviously spelled a little different. But that is not. So when we return to start, we are at the T intersection of unlisted and unlisted. What about on this end? Do we have... No, it's a single lane road, east to west, off of a north to south. I did see a road sign right here. If we can... Friholt. So can we find Friholt? Friholt was right here, which means we're at Klapperbout. And when we do return to start, we are in between 1 and 2 in the houses, which are not listed, but that should be about right there. And we do get the perfect score, 8 yards off, and you can see our wonderful pathing that it took us to find out where we were. I am pretty happy with that. That is nice. I'm glad we found Friholt. And sadly, Klapperbout was not listed, but we were still able to get it pretty much perfect. Not fucking bad. I don't know who this is. Usually I recognize people's emotes. United States, Colorado, Road 403. So somewhere in good old Colorado. Now that is not going to be a U.S. sign. It's going to be one of these rounded signs. We can look for 403. Here's 149. Here's 340 something. Regular 340. So I feel like that means we should be for the north. Further. Looking for Colorado Road 403. Here's 55, 23, 63, 79, 83, 109, 389. So maybe my logic to it doesn't make sense. Because it looked like all the ones were here, and as we went further north, numbers got higher. But that might just be a coincidence. It might actually be the way it's listed. 348. I haven't even seen a 400th triple digit. We do have 52, 71, 392, 113, 59. Alright, we can't just rely on one sign. We have to find something else. Seriously, I know I do it all the time, but we are in Luce County. It said 4-3 again, obviously. M28, that's not Colorado, is it? Could it be a country road and CO is just a coincidence that it shares its name with Colorado? CO Road 457. I don't know if we could trust that now. Because the diamond, I don't believe, is Colorado. There's a state flag. That's Canada? And that's not Colorado. I could actually recognize Colorado's state flag. The Da Vinci surgical robot, Marie, Michigan. Which actually might make a little bit more sense. So good old Michigan. Can we find 403 here real fast? 61, 37, 123, 117, 553. So they do exist in higher numbers. We might still not be able to find the numbers we want. 69. Nice. You know how many times that sign's probably stolen? Probably a lot. Growing up, not now, but growing up, I lived on a road that was stolen 95% of the time. The street sign just never fucking existed. Because it was, you know, an easy number to take and people liked it. Can we find Marie, Michigan? Maybe? And that would make sense for the state flag. Would that make sense? It would make sense for the diamond with the M in it. Would it make sense with CO? Not really, so that's got to be something that we could figure out. We do have Lucy County Airport and the fairgrounds. Not helpful. There's Michigan again. M28, which should be circular 28. Here's 30, here's 18, here's 37, here's 20. Here's 37, 44, 66, 57, 21, 24, 19, 25. No 28s as far as I can tell, but I am pretty blind. So don't be surprised if it actually exists. 22, 32, 33. Are the numbers going up? It's kind of tough to tell. 77, 95, 28. Alright. And it looks like it kind of goes east to west. To Wakefield, Ewing, Agate, Sidna, Watton, Covington. Not Cova. Does 28 turn into 141? It does. Okay. So then this keeps going this way. Beacon, Wolbeck, Humboldt, Greenwood. It should still be 28. It still is. Newen G and Marquis. Okay. What were some of the... I forgot the fucking town names. It was weird. It's like Lucy. And it should go south to Harvey. Yalmer. Is this still 28? It's not. Okay. So that means we have to be up here. Craig Lake, Nestoya, Watton, Sidnaw, Kenton, Agate, Painesville, Bruce Crossing, Ewin. Not quite the same. Topaz. Merriweather. Still 28, but we're going to be out of time. Maybe down here. And it does end up being the complete opposite side, over by Newberry. Over by Robert's Corner, which is not the names we saw. And I still don't... you see how far in we were going to have to go to see the fours? That's incredible. Over by Newberry, I still don't see Luce anywhere. Or Lucy. Which, there's the Lucy County, so it was a county. Which makes sense for why we didn't see it. But it did end up being 216 miles to our east. Bangladesh. 100%. And that's... Now, I don't know. Dr. Parse, a member of the Geoguessr community, made a new script add-on for Geoguessr that will completely blur the cars if it's Gen 2 coverage. I believe it's a dark gray overlay that then just goes on the bottom of the image so that the car is completely covered and you don't have to worry about the meta. Now that will help us determine countries based on the landscape and not so much the car. So it might be worth doing something about it. However, I don't know if we're ready for it. Obviously, we've spent years playing this game and learning the meta as it is. So the fact that then we have to rely on something besides the car is a little scary, but then again, most change is. I don't know. Do we use the new add-on and not actually see the car? Or... wow, that's sketchy. I don't think I would ever do that. Or do we continue playing the way we are and see if we can't figure out something different? Now, we did do a Bangladesh one. I believe a lot of these should be town names. Although this one might be the company of the bus. But I don't think I ever saw a Nahar anywhere. There isn't another town listed on the side of it, sadly. And then all you really have is right here, which is going to tell you the route. However, I don't actually understand the language. So that's not going to be too helpful for us. However, if one of you does... that says Dhaka and Othraya. So some are from Dhaka, which... are you fucking surprised? I don't know where Oha-Irab is, but that should be somewhere in this general circle. We could also look for, which might not actually be a thing, Nahar. So that could be a district. Here's Minpur. And then we have Motari, Mahona, Tongi, Kula, but none of the places I think I want to see. And I don't believe we're going to find too many English signs while we are here in Bangladesh. And the English signs we do find might not be too helpful. We are on a north to south road. We do cross a river. I believe there are plenty of rivers down nearby. Could be over here, perhaps? We can hope to find a road marker, but I doubt it. I don't think we've really ever found a road marker while in Bangladesh. And that's like, hey, you're on, you know, N4 or Z5069 or R114. You know, I don't think we've ever seen one of those listed before. A lot of these will have an address on them, which means we should be able to find a town. It's just whether or not they are translated into English or not. Obviously, we want an English one, mainly because, I don't know, I fucking speak and understand English. But as you can see, not all of them will have what we're looking for, and there's plenty of signs to look at, and a lot of them just not legible, unreadable, or don't have English. What can you do? Nothing. Hope you find a better one. Obviously, we don't have all the time in the world. We do have a phone number. We do have another phone number, but I don't see any English. And there is no number tutorial for Bangladesh yet. Although, maybe we can do one if it would be helpful. Because then at least we can get some general regions correct. That might have something on the side of the truck. It does, although I don't believe that's going to have any information about where we currently are. We know it's Bangladesh. The safest guess is to always guess near Dhaka, right? Because that's pretty much the middle of the fucking country. Obviously, there are plenty of small towns all the way around, and at this point, we might have just gone the wrong way. Maybe the clue that was in English that we needed was a kilometer to our south? You know, we don't know. And we're pretty committed at this point with only 30 seconds left. So we're probably going to run out of time here trying to find something that's in English and that we can understand. Fuck, man. We might not even find that. I also, surprisingly, didn't see any signs on the side of the road with towns on them. We typically do see that in Bangladesh. So that's actually surprising to me. I believe we see it in most countries. So we just have to hope that wherever we have our guess is a decent enough guess to get some points. It does end up being a lot further north in a town called Jamalpur. And honestly, going north on R460 was the wrong play. Because it looks like if we would have, I don't know, gone south and into the town. If we would have gone south and made a right at that T intersection, we would have seen Jamalpur. And Jamalpur is very easy to spot from a distance. So we definitely went the wrong way. Nothing we could do about it. Philippines? We are on the right-hand side. We do have a yellow divider line. We do have the black and white on the fucking fence. As far as I can tell, this is 100% the Philippines. We don't have the car. We do have the back of a white car. I was hoping we were going to see a little bit more. Stop something checkpoint. So in English, I wanted to see what that is. I could see something public health. But public safety platoon. I thought that said Bhutan at first, which is why I wanted to go back and check at it. But this does not feel like Bhutan at all. I believe it's also a landlocked country, so you don't have to worry about too much when it comes to that. Should be the Philippines. Can we figure out what island we're on? Maybe. Maybe we'll get lucky. We have the Do You Want to Qualify for Government Service Career Exam. Those are the places that you can take it. That doesn't obviously mean that any of those are going to be near where we are. But we have Tacloban, Borongang, and Katbolagan, which should probably all be on one island, if I had to say so, right? So let's see if we can't find them. Obviously, it could be 3 different spots all the way around the Philippines. It doesn't have to be in one area. So, here's Calbayog, which is not the same as Katbalogan. Oh god. Are we going to find anything today? Here's Borongan. So Borongan right here, right here. Tacloban City right here, and Katbalong right here. So we're in between probably these 3. That's the triangle. Obviously we could be on Dharam Island. So that actually, I'm happy that we were able to find that sign. We were able to find all of them. This says naval is 18 kilometers to our north. So we know the general region we're gonna end up on. Can we find a town called Naval? I kind of want to stay in between all 3 of them. That's the problem. Here's Taft and Khyberin. Khyberin? Anywhere? Naval should be easy to find. But it's not. What if it's Bullshit Island? And what if it's outside of this region? Like it could be over here. Here's Kartarman. Not quite the same. Why can't we ever find these fucking towns? I feel like it's going to be so small. Even though it has a distance to it. Abuyang, Baiba, San Juan, San Ricardo. It has to be nearby. It has to be. I don't see them putting 3 fucking cities and then not putting it anywhere nearby. I don't see that being a thing. Obviously, it could be something that's not really listed. We have plenty of those all over. Pabayang. Sadly, we just... Here's Katbayong, Burlock, Murang, Katbalong City. So this is one of them. I don't want to go north of that. Sulat. San Francisco, San Julian. Doesn't really sound like where we want. And here's the other one that we saw. Obviously, it could be kind of nearby because it's just a city. Why would you have those three and be outside of it? It could be anywhere, honestly. But I feel like we have a decent guess. Lawan, Marabut, and there's Tacloban. Paolo, Tanuan. Am I just not able to find any of these? I'm just not able to fucking find them. There's no sign, unless that is it, pointing us accident-prone area. This is Alpha Pi Omega, so it is a fraternity at something Philippines Incorporated, something something. This way to Kabukaigayan, which I also don't see. I feel like that should have been from a distance. San Sebastian's probably the safest guess between all three, because that's literally a triangle, and we're kind of as close to the middle of the triangle as we can. And it ends up being an island. We should have seen naval here, but I think we excluded this island. And we were on the bridge connecting the island to the mainland. So because we were so focused on the triangle, we didn't really look outside of it. 40 miles isn't bad, though. Sadly, it just ends up being Poro Island. And that's where we stopped. So, shit. Shit. But there's naval. I still don't see... Oh, there's Kaya Byron or whatever. So, maybe we saw it and we just fucking ignored it. Gen 4 coverage, kilometers, probably... Ooh. It's a weird glitch. Does it feel like Glowcar? It kind of does. Which, literally... Was that Spanish that we just saw? Volume? Is this going to be South America? We are on the right-hand side. We do have Gen 4 coverage. We have our first good look, and that is definitely Brazil. The Rio São João, wherever the fuck that is. We are on a major highway in Brazil with Ponte Sobre, wherever the fuck that is. I don't think I've ever seen the blue car in Brazil, so it might be interesting to remember where that is. There's Sul, so we know we are in SUL, and you know how you find it. You go this distance. I think it's Mato Grosso do Sul, but there's plenty of Suls. I don't actually see SUL anywhere. Here's MS, RS, SP, Sulawesi. I don't know. 47, which makes sense guessing south. That would actually be the Rio Grande do Sul, which wasn't that on a sign? And then obviously we have kilometer markers and some nice things. So it is a truck, because this is now 21. And trucks obviously travel. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they're not always where they think you're supposed to be. So if we do rely on the 47 and it's not, that's our fault, nobody else's. I would rather have had a 2-digit code on the side instead of a 3-digit. That way, instead of SUL, we know what region we're in. But not much we can do about it. Unless we zoom in really far and we see SUL somewhere. But I don't think we are. We're relying off of a phone number off of a truck, so never a smart idea. But we should be towards the south, or at least a little bit further north, mainly because a 21 is by Rio de Janeiro, and the 4s are in the south. There's so many souls, man. We are on a major highway. We know it's SUL. However, we don't know which road it is, sadly. And it's a kilometer marker unless it's repeating 227, and I'm just stupid about it. Let's see what this one is. This is 234, so now it is changing. Which is, I guess, a good thing, which means we actually are going through a major road. Dos Amigos, not too helpful. We do have a sign coming up, hopefully. Let's check that one first. It's gone. That says something about rabbits. Probably dealing with construction. I don't see a region listed on the sign, and whenever we go over to the other side, It's going to disappear. Construction for the passengers of the local fauna. BR 101 North. Can we find Brazil 101? 481, 154, 116. 101 would be great right about now. 101. Does that mean that's where we are? Probably not. Probably not, but we know we have Brazil 101. Is this a sign coming up? No, that's a toll plaza as far as I could tell, and it's gone now. And this says something important. BR 101 RJ. So we are in RJ. If we roll ourselves out far enough, RJ is over here. Rio de Janeiro 101. Ministry of Transportation. Where are we? Kilometer 235. So it's from 235 to 250, and Regita. I don't know if Regita is a good name for anything, but the Rio de Janeiro region is relatively small. 101 does go all the way through it, however. And this is about the halfway mark, I'd say. And we are relying on, at this point, point optimization. Although, there's no way we're going to win this. We do have Saida 236. I don't see Saida, and I don't think I saw it when I looked before. We have Silva. So, and then 101 goes up this way. So, it's not listed from the distance we're looking at. We're looking for a lucky guess, and hopefully we can get it. Oh, there's Silva. We should have probably moved our guess to Silva. We end up being 3 miles off, which actually isn't that bad. Because here's Silva, which we did find. We were just about at the exit for it. So you could argue that we just went a little bit too far back, even though we didn't actually know where we were. Iceland ends up being the best thing we had. Michigan obviously being the biggest fuck up we had. 23.6 isn't actually that bad. Radu is in first place at 25. Calamity also getting 25, and Speckles also getting 25. We have Simi in 9th at 24.890. Upside Down in 12th, 24.739. Indianapolis in 17th. Mr. Blue in 29th. Yeah, we fucked up in Michigan. Ionica in 37th. Taurus in 41st. We are not on here. 43rd. I'm blind. And over 100 people have played it. So that is always a wonderful thing. But as you can see, you really need like top tier points to get top 25. Like pretty damn good. If we had a better Michigan guess, I think we would have been up there with the rest of them. Because if we go back and check our scores, our biggest fuck up was in fact Michigan. Would that extra 600 points have helped us? You goddamn fucking bet it would have. The second worst, obviously, being Bangladesh. Not much you can do about that. Hope for fucking luck, I guess. I don't know, maybe people cheat. But that is going to be where we call it for the day. We do have a video tomorrow that is going to be the 6 Strings Discord League. I believe that should be going up around 1 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube. And that is after, obviously, the league is over. But until tomorrow, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And bye-bye.